Hi, this is Terry. I've lost 180 pounds with a combination of keto, carnivore, and counting calories. I started my journey in August of 2019 and reached my goal in November of 2022. Now that I've reached my goal, I'm focusing on my health, both physical and mental. Thank you for watching. Good morning. I've got my bottles. No, with these, I don't even remember how I made them. That was the night before I did it, but
What?
talk to my people. I can't tell. Listen, I'm pretty sure I made waffles. I do remember doing the cottage cheese and egg one, but I think these are waffles. Oh, I remember I put tomato powder in them, the tomato bouillon. Anyway, so I got these. I'm at my friend's house still. She's gonna take me home on her way to work. And then I'm gonna go pick up my puppy dog, so, okay. I'll see you all at lunchtime, bye. I'm home. I'm back in my house. I'm gonna go get home. Go to the go to the daycare. Pick up the dogs. It's good to be in my own home in my own mess. It's nice to be back in my own nest, my own messy nest. So I do feel okay. My brain feels okay. I've been practicing recall and testing myself. So I'm gonna go pick up the dogs and bring them back. Of course, I'm still a little anxious and nervous that I'm here and like, is it going to happen again? What's going to happen? A little of that going on, but I think that's to be expected for having undergone something so weird and scary. But I've been testing myself. Okay, today's Friday. It's May 24th. I have 4 dogs, and it is Sammy, Callie, Baxter, and Lou. And when I was in the hospital, I kept referring to my old dogs. I was talking about my old dogs when I was talking to Leslie while she was there. I kept saying Caden and Lily. And so, yeah. So now, I think the K for Caden and Callie. But anyway, Callie, Sammy, Lou, and Baxter. So I'll just make sure I ask for the right dogs when I get to daycare. But I'm a hot mess, but I don't care. They don't care how I look. They just want to send their dogs home with somebody who's mentally okay. So anyway, I'm home, and it's going to be a low-key weekend. I will have to make salads, but I'm not going to do a bunch of meal prep or anything like that. So there won't be any excess videos coming out next weekend because, I always do things a week ahead. So I'm just giving you the heads up. So I love you all, and I'll see you at lunchtime. This is how I wake up from a nap. Usually these guys are waking me up. Hi guys, I'm home, and I'm going to be eating, and it's going to be like we're out to eat, y'all. I understand for some of you all this is not going to be your video, and that's okay. Every video may not be for everybody. Our pastor said that one time, and not every sermon is for every person. Not to say that everybody shouldn't hear it, but just that sometimes what they have to say isn't necessarily going to impact everybody the same way. And so what I have to say today, it's nothing philosophical. I'm just going to tell you about my experience. So for lunch, we've got chicken and Alfredo and my salad. Because of the way I grab my food, I have 2 chickens in a row. So we're going to have chicken now and chicken for supper. So chicken and Alfredo. Over here, we have my salad I make up. Only thing different is I added a little bit of cottage cheese to it. I just wanted to... When I was younger, I always put cottage cheese on my salads. It's more calories, but, I just was feeling it today. Kind of feeling like I needed some nostalgia today after the past couple days. So, I'll kind of talk about bits and pieces of it. And I'm pretty sure I've told you all everything. But if this is the first time hearing about it. So Wednesday morning, I got up, did my thing. You all saw that I recorded my breakfast. If you want to see how I looked, you can see Wednesday when I went back and edited that video, I could tell I was fading out during, at lunchtime, breakfast time. I'm guessing after that video is when things started getting worse. A couple of the nurses said, I remember prior to eating, I went across the hall and talked to one of my staff 2 or 3 times. I remember talking to her. I remember telling her I felt off. I don't remember everything I told her, but I do remember telling her I felt off. I know we talked a couple times. She said I was off the day before. I thought I was off on Wednesday morning because I had the lab work and because I didn't have coffee that morning, and so that's what I thought I was off. Anyway, so then after I ate breakfast, I remember being out in the hall telling my team, I'm like, I don't feel right. And they could tell something wasn't right. I said, I'm going to go home. And I remember them saying, do you remember yelling and the nurses coming across and asking you if you're okay? I said, no. And in that moment, talking to them, if you've ever had anesthesia, hang on, I gotta blow. If you've ever had anesthesia, you go down, and then when you come up, you wake up and you may talk, and then you go back to sleep, and then you may talk, but you don't remember all those. It almost felt like I had some anesthesia. Not that I was sleepy, but just that my brain couldn't remember things. So I remember Leslie saying she's going to take me to the ER. I remember kind of arguing, but still not arguing. And, dadgummit, I did not season this salad. Y'all are just going to have to wait a minute because I'm going to eat my salad. Okay, that's better. So anyway, I remember Leslie walking me out to her car. I remember getting in her car, but I have blank spots in the drive. I remember when we were in a certain area of town. I remember her pulling into the hospital and letting me out. I remember walking in, and I remember the girl checking me in, but I don't remember what I said to her. And then I remember her leading me back to a room, parts of it. And then I remember being in a bed. And I remember Leslie being there at some point. And I remember there was like 5-7 people in the room. And I remember them saying that they were doing the stroke protocol. So that's whenever they initiated everything. They all swarmed in. Blood, IV, talking to the doctor. I distinctly remember the doctor saying that one of the other doctors experienced that in his 50s, and he was now in his 60s. Leslie was not there the whole time, but because, she dropped me off. I don't remember when the guy said it either, but I remember the doctor saying that. Again, I have a lot of holes in that day, so I don't know. Maybe it's something my brain heard and I didn't hear. But anyway, so they wheeled me up to CT scan. And of course they did the thing, CT scan. I remember crying. Not boo-hooing, but tears streaming down my face. Because I remember I couldn't, I was so afraid I was forgetting things that I was afraid I was going to forget Jesus. I remember crying while I was laying on the table thinking I was going to forget Jesus. I remember being in the room with Leslie and telling her she's got to get the dogs, she's got to get the dogs. I remember saying the wrong dog names. I couldn't get the 4. I kept talking about Caden and Lily, Caden and Lily. So I couldn't remember Sammy, Callie, Baxter, and Lou. I couldn't get the right dog names. And but I knew where the food was, and so I was telling her all the things. I just couldn't get the right dog names. I remember them telling me it was going to be a little while till I got up to the floor, but that they had a room. I remember calling daycare to tell them Leslie was coming so that maybe they could help her. And she said they did. I think she said 3 or 4 of them came out to help her get them in. I remember that I remember talking to Mom, and Leslie said, "Do you remember talking to your mom before?" I said, "No." She said, "Yeah, you've already talked to her." So I didn't remember talking to Mom the first time. I do remember I said, sorry, anonymous person, but it's just where my brain went. I do remember telling her that I have some new protein powder that somebody sent me. But it's sealed, so it shouldn't be that. But I said I want somebody to know. Because maybe I was having some kind of a mental reaction to keto chow or something. Or, no offense, but maybe somebody put something in it. Again, just don't know. So anyway, I remember, but I was telling her that in the hospital. And she said, "Do you not remember telling me that?" And I said, "No." She said, "You told me about 5 times in the drive." I said, "No, I thought I was telling you that for the first time." I will got hair lash. Anyway, during the CAT scan, after they put the dye in, you feel this burning sensation. And I think it was that stage where I kind of soiled myself. Back soiled, not urinated. So, found that out when I went to the restroom. So, I had to put mine in a hazard bag. And, and then, what else? That was kind of the ER time. So then Leslie left to take my dogs to daycare. And she took their food and everything. And she grabbed me a clean pair of underwear. And she went ahead and brought home my jewelry. And my hair clip. I don't know why, but I felt like I needed to send her my hair clip. I think because I had to take it out first for the CAT scan. Boom. She brought all that home and I got admitted. I remember her and my other team member, Chantel, they came up to the floor and they brought me like I said, my underwear. I don't remember if they brought me anything else. I don't remember. But I know they brought me, my keys. And they were trying to figure out what to do with my car. So they ended up leaving my car in the parking lot. And, I should not. got the MRI, and then I stayed the night. Yesterday morning, which was Thursday morning, I woke up. I thought I felt okay, but I was still kind of not fuzzy. I don't really know how to explain it, but I was not quite myself. I thought I was, but I really wasn't myself based on how I feel now. I remember that caffeine. The hospital coffee made me feel real anxious. And then it made me question what I was thinking. It made me think I was having it again. I was like, so I called my nurse down. I said, look, I'm worried this is happening again. Please let me run through the questions with you. And there are questions like, what's the date? Who's the current president? Who's the former president? He said that one gets interesting. I'm like, yeah, probably so. You get people with a lot of cuss words on either way. So anyway, the neurologist is the one who had said that. He's like, that's kind of a hard question now. I said, yeah, I bet you get a lot of mad people. He said, yeah. But anyway, so I ran through all this with the nurse, which made me feel better. But that was Friday or Thursday morning. And then Thursday, I don't know, afternoonish, the doctor came through, the neurologist came through. No, it wasn't afternoon. It's so hard to tell time when you're in a room with four walls and a window and a television and nobody in there talking. So I think it was before lunch. And he came through. Yeah, because I think it was around 10-ish. And he said I was going to get to go home after I ran through all the questions with him. And then the nurse came up, and my friend, she called and said she had a hair appointment. She's a hairdresser, and she had 2 haircuts to do, and then she could be up. So after lunch, that was after lunch sometime. So I called the nurse down, told him. So he lined things up really well, came in and gave me all the discharge information. And then when she texted saying she was pulling in, I put on the call light and the tech took me down. So then I went to her house, and then I stayed at I came here and got my stuff, and then went to her house and ate. And then this morning, probably about 8:15-ish maybe, I don't know. She brought me home. This is me kind of recalling just to make sure I still remember everything. She brought me home. I set my stuff down. I did put a couple things away. Oh, I know. I emptied out my lunchbox. I don't know why I needed to, but I did. And then I grabbed my keys and went and got the dogs, paid for their daycare, and then came home. And then we've been home ever since. And we took a nap probably from like 10-ish maybe. 10-ish till, it was a little after 12. I think it was like 10:30 to about 12:15. So I still feel not confused, not amnesia-y, but just exhausted. When you sleep at somebody else's house or somewhere that's not your place for 2 nights in a row and you don't get good deep sleep, you're still kind of fuzzy-headed and tired. And that's what I'm doing right now. So that's what's going on with me now. Of course, the dogs are going through the same thing because Lou's over there sacked out on the couch and Sammy's sacked out on the floor. And so the dogs are tired too because they were at daycare both nights. So anyway, so that's the story. That's the full story and how it all went down. And the doctor said it happens sometimes when people have a head trauma or high stress. The doctor I work with told one of the nurses Lipitor can cause it. So I will talk to my cardiologist. I know some of y'all have been saying that in the comments. I will talk to my cardiologist about it. I just kind of got to get through the weekend and got to get my bearings straight. And I'll call the cardiologist. I'm not doing it today, and may still not even be in the middle of next week, but I'll reach out to them and talk to them. So that, and there's a screensaver. I'm not zoning out, y'all. There's a screensaver behind you on my PlayStation, and we are walking through like a cave. If I could turn this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but that's it. And if you see the edge, you see it like moving. So hopefully you were able to see it, because I'm not making it up. I'm not hallucinating. At no point did I hallucinate. But anyway, so hopefully, things will get back to normal. And yeah, so that was my adventure. And like I said, I will talk to that's what I was not able to do. I was not able to come back around to the conversation I was having. Sometimes I don't anyway, on a good day. But yeah, so I'll talk to my cardiologist and the surgeon, or the neurologist. He said, sometimes you never know why. He said sometimes the holes that I currently have, I may not get those holes may not filled in. I may not remember events from that day. So that's that. Again, it's Thursday. Lunchtime. Today's March 24th, 2024. Biden is president. Trump is former president. I live at XYZ. I have 4 dogs. Caden came first. Sorry, this is at K's. Listen, this time I knew. I caught it. Callie came first, then Sammy, then Baxter, and then we got Blue. So we got those 4 dogs. I drive a red Kia. My name is Terry. I like jicama in my salads. All right, y'all. That's lunch. I'll see you at supper. I love you guys. I almost had to miss you guys. I probably wouldn't have missed you because I wouldn't have remembered. But I did remember. I love you guys. Bye. Mel, that's where I put your 20 cups of coffee that you sent me. I want you on my wall. Thank you so much for my coffee. I put you up there. Tracy, I want to show you what you sent the dogs with your Amazon gift card. This is the previous one. So this is about the size it was. But this is the one that they've destroyed. And this is the one, it got a set of 2. So there's 2 of these, but I'm only giving them 1 right now. So, there you go, Auntie Tracy. You got the dogs a new chew toy, and we can put this one to rest. All right, well, it's supper time. Look, I got on a thing. I had my house, it was on 72. But I guess, sometimes when you don't feel good and you're tired and stuff, you're extra cold. So I got on it's probably 150 degrees outside. But anyway, I don't care. So supper tonight, I have green beans and I've got some seasonings. And I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on them. Guys, I didn't do macros today. I can't think enough to do macros. I don't think I put any salt on there. I know I put other seasonings on there. I know I put some farm dust on there, but let's put a little more. I know I put stuff on there, but I don't know. I don't know. Now I can taste it. All right. So green beans per side. For our main, it just seems like so long ago, but I think it was Monday. And whenever I used the tomatoes, the diced tomatoes, and cottage cheese, and I made up the pasta sauce. Man, it seems so long ago. Well, anyway, I got chicken and some cooked jicama that I had in my refrigerator that really need to be used up. So chicken, cooked jicama, and then that homemade pasta sauce that I made. That ain't hot enough. Hang on, put this in there. I'll show you dessert. Hold up. Okay, that's better. Hopefully that's better anyway. Let's give it a little stir. And I remember years ago they said when you microwave food, and I think I've done it in the past, when you microwave something, you're supposed to make like a hole in the middle. And then when you microwave it, the heat kind of spreads all throughout it. Any of y'all ever hear that years ago? Better. Alright. Tonight I'm having fruit. I just can't with ice cream tonight. I mean, it would taste good, but I just can't. But this is a half of a pack of protein powder from the last time I made ice cream, probably Tuesday night. Probably was the protein powder and Fairlife milk. I'm drinking it tonight. It just sounds good. So, it just sounds tasty. I'm not having fish. I had no fish in the freezer. So, yeah. I mean, I'm okay, y'all. I'm okay. I just don't feel like doing a bunch. You know, when you're just kind of bleh. But my recall is good. I'm good. I'm still Terri Leist. I have Callie, Sammy, Baxter, and I can't forget his name. He's sitting there right there. He's staring at me, my sweet Luberdew. Anyway, so Callie, Baxter, Sammy, and Lou. That's not the order I usually say them, but that's my babies. So I got I'm okay. I'm okay. Anyway, I just don't feel like doing a bunch for tonight. But I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And it'll be nice to sleep in my own bed tonight. So, all right. Bye.